My passion for literacy has evolved and has absolutely been inspired by many people and places. I'd like to take you on a journey, hitting a few highlights of my career to illustrate why I believe that yours and my legacy of literacy is important. Here's one of the single greatest inventions in the history of all mankind, the printing press, using movable type by Johannes Gutenberg, and that was around in 1440. This invention made it possible to bring the written word to the common people. Up until that point in history, the written word was only for nobility and select educated religious leaders. Here we have another printer. This is my father at work at Condé Nast as a linotype operator. My father spent his entire workday with the printed word. At night, he came home, and you know what he did for entertainment? He worked on crossword puzzles and he read books. His entire adult life at work and at home was a legacy to literacy. Reading was a part of our home life for sure. Dad was a voracious reader, and my sister in this picture was also a great reader as a child. But for me, literacy has been a journey. As a kid, in spite of being surrounded with big readers, I was a reluctant reader. That I was accepted at a good college was a whole lot more divine intervention than it was any good grades and hard work on my part as a high school kid. Thankfully, I was put into a remedial reading course as a college freshman, and that helped to address my reading difficulties. My first job after school in 10th grade in 1970 was shelving books at a neighborhood branch library. I'm enormously thankful to the supervisors and the administrators that understood their role to be more than just a boss. They knew how to mentor. Their legacy to me was the love of public service. Between the early 70s and the mid-90s, libraries evolved from using dumb terminals connected to mainframe computers to actually having personal computers on every desk. Technology literacy was in its infancy, but librarians were beginning to add a new task to our frontline interactions with patrons. We began to teach technology. In the mid-90s, I was working in Manchester, New Hampshire, when the internet exploded with the advent of the easy-to-use point-and-click graphical interface. We still use that today. Technology literacy became an additional layer on top of everyone's need to be able to read. In 1999, I began to work as a technology trainer for one of the regional library systems in Massachusetts, helping librarians stay up to date with a rapidly changing technology. In our society, computer skills are now a must-have. We live in an era of e-government, e-commerce, e-books, e-libraries, and e-whatever you want to call it. Libraries play a unique role in being able to teach and reach all people in our society. The Bemidji Library Senior Surf computer training class has been offered 3 times a month for more than 4 years. This service continues in collaboration with the Area Agency on Aging. The Bemidji Library, we provide the facility and the computers, and the Agency on Aging provides the trainer and the handouts. I do believe legacy of literacy starts at birth. The Friends of the Bemidji Public Library provide every baby born at the North Country Hospital with a Books for Babies gift bag. And here's one of my favorite kids, my 1-year-old granddaughter, Gabby. She's thumbing through a book. Parents must take a leadership role in teaching children to read. Reading should be a daily event, with dedicated times that are set aside for reading. When my daughter was growing up, we continued with this habit well into her school years, gradually incorporating longer stories and then full novels. It's also essential for parents to model reading. Storytime programs at the library are an important tool to complement the reading that's happening in the home. Of course, this guy's not me. He's got more hair than I do. But the Bemidji Library offers 4 storytime events each week for pre-K children, helping young children to develop the skills that are needed before they even start kindergarten. Here, Mayor Larson is helping us have some fun with a Leap into Reading initiative of the Minnesota Department of Education. This is another way that we've been trying to give focus at the Bemidji Library to the importance of early literacy. Fred, or Fathers Reading Every Day, is a program series that's very close to my heart. We offer this series as a way to encourage dads to model reading with their children and for dads to play an active role in reading in the home. The Bemidji Library Summer Reading Program helps school-age children continue to be readers during the summer vacation and avoid reading loss that would otherwise set them back when they return to school in September. Hooked on Books. That was the title of a textbook that we used when I was in graduate school for library science. Simply stated, read everything, anytime, anywhere. Here's my favorite 2-year-old boy. This is my grandson, Thad, and he's browsing through a toy catalog while sitting on the throne. But he knows how to turn those pages, and he knows what a book is all about. Monthly book discussions at the Bemidji Library add another dimension to reading. We have a couple of sessions during the first week of every month. Monday, May 7th and Thursday, May 10th, we'll be discussing Res Life by David Troyer, so come on over and join us. Learning my ABCs as a kid and learning to read music as an adult do have some parallels. It all looks like a bunch of squiggly lines and dots until somebody teaches you how to read. So here I am with the aforementioned midlife crisis, my Fender bass guitar. The point is that being able to read the ABCs is a basic building block for so many other tasks in life. My journey from Connecticut to Minnesota has been an absolute joy. And from the Turner River Branch Library to the Bemidji Branch Library has been filled with enormous changes over these 30 years and a lot of challenges. But what a joy it has been to share the legacy of literacy.